Good afternoon, everyone. We are from Group 1, and today we're going to be talking about the Baojuan Museum that our group has worked on during this time. We are a group of four, and our group members are Anu, Ri, Kush, and me. And here is our presentation outline, and I'll be talking about the meaning and feeling of from the muses. Anu will describe the connection among our chosen artworks, and Kush will be showing around our museum, and he will also explain about each painting and the feeling that we got from those paintings. And finally, Ri will be closing our presentation by talking about the whether our attitudes or perspective toward the world change or not after collaborating this work. So let's continue with the first one, which is the meanings and feeling of the muses. So we think the person who created this muses made this music with the meanings of conveying sickness and peace to the listener. We have noticed that this music is composed using two musical instruments, the piano and the violin. After a few seconds of listening to the music, we felt like we were dragged to a fantasy world of soul and peace. The acidic rhythm of the piano and the violin sound can offer both feelings of grief and tranquility. We have also observed that there is no violin sound in some part of the music, and we find the feelings of peace in those parts of the music. The parts where the continuous playing of the violin sounds, we can our minds and transmit immeasurable emotion to its surrounding and the people who are listening to it. Overall, this music is influenced with a harmonious sounds of sickness and peace, and it is pretty amazing for us to see two opposed feelings are being formulated in the same music. For the next part, Anu will be sharing the connection among our chosen artwork. Thank you.
Since the feeling that we have got from the music is sadness and peaceful, so it makes us look for the art object that can express feeling and perspective of these feelings. Finally, we agree to present a painting as an art object in our virtual museum because we would like to make our museum easy to access for everyone. In terms of connection between each art object, in case we show its painting, we decide to pick a blue color as a connection, which is because the blue color represents the feelings of sadness, and we also pick a painting from the same museum for the convenience for the viewers who want to find the original museum where the painting that we shoot is. Next, we'll talk about the real painting that we chose.
Welcome to our virtual museum tour. We are going to show you our chosen artworks representing the theme of Feel Blue, which is an English phrase meaning sad. We will explore the many different ways the human can get depressed while still maintaining peace. Let's look at our 8 artworks. The first painting is painted by Hiroshige II Utagawa in 1861, where we can see the night view in the Japanese setting where people are roaming around freely in a natural environment while admiring the beauty and tranquility of the world. This painting shows us how happiness and sadness coexist together in our lives. Moving on to the second picture, which is painted by Manet Edward in 1868. This is a painting about death penalty and execution through firearms by an emperor of Mexico named Maximilian. We can see the sadness when death is experienced in this painting. It shows us the cruelty of the world, which is often hidden from us, maybe because we tend to ignore it. We are reminded of how the peace we experience is built upon the pain and suffering of many. As we continue to explore, we look at the next painting, which is called Brand in Antwerp, painted in 17th century. Here we see a village ablaze on fire. In olden times, people did not have much facilities, and a simple spark of fire could destroy people's lives. We come to understand that the seemingly peaceful environment we are in can be shattered at the next moment by just a little spark. The next painting is painted by Wien Otto van in early 16th century. This painting shows the revolution of Bavatian against the Romans, leading to a war where countless lives were lost. We see that even if the surface is peaceful, The people's heart might not be the same, as human nature is the most devious one, and the cause of our own destruction is ourselves. On to the next painting called Woman Reading a Letter, painted by Johannes Vermeer in 1663. As we grow older, we get attached to the world, and things which might not be very simple to some brings us great emotional changes. A simple act of reading a letter about loved ones can influence our heart into reminiscing the cheerful and painful memories about them. This painting, which is painted by Munch Edward in 1898, shows how abstract images can produce meaningful results to people, as they can be affected by the colors of painting and immerse in sadness while letting go of other thoughts that come to our mind. In the last section, we see a painting painted in 1658. In this painting, we see the prophet Elijah being fed by the ravens who bring him food in the natural scenery, as the ones we find comfort with might not be the ones closest to us, and the nature itself might help you through the suffering if you are fortunate enough. The last painting was painted by D. Ross in early 17th century. This is a painting on a plate where we see how people use the power of belief to turn misery into blessing and overcome hardships in order to get the happiness which they have lost. Overall, people might suffer, but at the same time, people also develop through those sufferings to pave the path for the future. Next, we'll look at our understanding of the paintings from Ray.
For the last part of the video, what do we got? Working on this project gives us a better understanding of the art object. For example, we can feel the picture is related to the sadness without it having to be drawing of people crying or mourning. We can sense it from the aspect used in the picture, such as color tone, actions, or events, just like in this picture could show you recently from our virtual museum. We can sense the sadness in this picture because of the color tone and the detail of the empty farmland in the picture. Not only that we have a better understanding of the art object, but we also get to know more about sadness as well. In the end, comprehending more about sadness makes us have a clearer view of the world. This work shows us that there is so much sadness and suffering in this world. However, it makes us realize how valuable the moment of happiness is. And that's it for our presentation. Thank you so much.